Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. All right, everyone, welcome back to a Friday night live stream. Hopefully you are having a very Merry Christmas season so far. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, as you can see, we've got it festive. It's decorative. I'm excited. I'm a Christmas nut, if you can't tell by all year long happy little Christmas trees on everyone's chats. So anyways, if it's your first time joining us, thank you for being here. You'll definitely want to hit that subscribe button and bell for notifications if you want to get future notifications when we go live and we do giveaways, which you'll definitely want to do for the next live stream, which is going to be the Great Blacksmith Christmas giveaway. So that's going to be super awesome. I am so stoked. Got a lot of great things, which we're going to go over at the front end of this video. Everything you see on this table back here is going to be given away next live stream, except for the little anvil in the back. That's just a stand-in for the 66-pound Chayo anvil that we'll be giving away in the next live stream, which is in 2 weeks, right? What's that time frame, Jessica? December?
That is December 18th, same time frame as our usual live streams, which is 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yep, so it's going to be a good one. So not only are we going to give away the 12th anvil that we've given away this year during that live stream, but a ton of other great stuff. So you'll definitely want to set your clocks and tune in for that one. It's going to be a good one. Heck of a good time, so as it were. So tonight's project, I'll fill you all in on tonight's project. Again, if you're watching this on the replay, there's probably going to be about at least 15, 20 minutes of me jammering on. So if you don't care to hear any of that, you can skip ahead about 20 minutes or so, and there should be some hammer work going on at that point. But tonight's project, we're going to be working on a new product that I've been cutting on my plasma bed. Go camera number 2. You there? Which is these full-bodied spatula and ladle sets. So they come as a set like you see right here, and it's $25 for the pair. They are live over at my website, blacksmithpdfs.com. You can click, I think there's a link in the description down below. Is there? Yep. So there is a link down in the description down below where you can go to get these if you want to. But this is going to be our project, one of our projects this evening. I'm going to forge those and I'm going to give them away during this stream. Then I will also, you could just stay on that camera, Jess. I'm going to forge some of our snowflake blanks and some of our Christmas tree blanks, and I'll be giving those away as well as ornaments. These are like ornaments that you can hang on your Christmas tree, and I will make sure I give those away and send them out to you so you can have them in time for Christmas, which will be a good thing. So we'll be doing some of those, and like I said, we have a lot of other giveaway items as well. We're going to have some sticker packs this evening. Let me come back to the anvil. We're going to have some sticker packs. We're going to have a pair of tong blanks to give away this evening. We're going to have this little Kiridashi to give away. Not made by me. Let's be very clear about that. That was made by Wiley Rook Bladeworks. Sent that over, so we'll give that away. And then we also have this from Possum Sausage, which is a flint and steel striker kit. So there's a little flint in here and a piece of steel so you can strike and make your fires the old-fashioned way. So, all right. So that's some of the stuff that we'll be giving away this evening. Of course, the sticker pack bundle. We've got a new sticker in it. Are we down at camera number 2 or camera number 1? Which one? Camera 1. So we have a new sticker in there. Not a sticker, it's a fridge magnet. Let's go to camera number 2, Jess. As you can see right there. And this was made by Dana Maggiore. Thank you, Dana, for this. It's the Great Blacksmith Christmas Giveaway 2020. We'll be giving these away as a fridge magnet in the sticker packs this evening and in the next live stream as well. So be sure to stick around for all those great door prizes. So who do we have in the house this evening, Jess? We go back to main cam.
We have Wiley Rook Blade Works. We have Spencer Goots, Dan Boyles, hello. Hammer Time New York, Insanity Forge, Justin Ray, Gordon Farmers Forge, Ty, Wayne Heights, just to name a few, and a super chat from Charming Hollow Forge who says, well, let's get this party started. Blessings and Merry Christmas.
Woo! Hey, thank you, Mr. Charming Hollow Forge. Hans, greatly appreciate you, brother. And Merry Christmas to you and yours as well. Oh, hopefully, did it change the sign?
I'm trying to look and see what's going on with that.
Well, yeah, we have some stuff where we're trying to work on getting the sign back to being functional, but it's being a booger. So hopefully we didn't just waste $40 on upgrading to their membership, their pro membership, for the little application that does that for us. So anyways, thank you, Hans, Charming Hollow Forge. Greatly appreciate that super chat. And thank you all for being here. It is greatly appreciated. So glad to have everybody out in the house. Real quick, comment down below what you think about the backdrop behind Jessica. I worked on that little special gem. I thought it was extra precious. Boom, got a wreath hung up there. Got some Christmas lights strung. This shop looks so much nicer with Christmas lights. Like, that needs to happen more often. Like, I would almost go year-round with Christmas lights in here. Is that considered tacky? I don't know. But I'd do it. I would do it if it was an option. So
Roy was talking about doing the barn red with green trim so it can be Christmas all year round.
I'm sure there's so many people right now cringing at their very core. They'd be like, I'm never coming to see you in Michigan because the red and green barn.
Almond Forge, thank you for the super chat. That one did work. So good. He says, Merry Christmas, Christmas tree. Love watching you and supporting you guys.
Awesome. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you as well. We definitely do appreciate the support. So, real quick, let's get into some of the items that we're going to be giving away at the next Christmas live stream. Now, a few people have said that they were wanting to take and send something to us. They haven't just yet. So I would remind those folks that if you're watching the stream, you're definitely going to want to do that this week. So this way we can get them in, so we can include them in the list of things for the next live stream, for the giveaway items. So be sure to do that to get those in if you're going to give us something to give away. But right now, what you see on this table, I don't know, they can't really see it, can they? They're about too far away. But I can bring them up. We have a whole bunch of blanks that I'll be giving away. We have a set of skillets that will be given away. There is a Celtic cross blank that we'll be giving away. Some spatula and ladle kits we'll be giving away. We'll be giving away some of these blanks as well. Again, of that, we can just go stay on the main cam. We'll be giving away some kits of these as we go. Again, tree hooks and you name it, and other crosses and a fancy cross blank, as we call it. There you go. We'll be giving some of those away. We had Uncle Buck's Forge at the beginning of this year, the very beginning of this year, like January or February, I think it was. Uncle Buck's Forge, I haven't seen him in a while. He works second shifts now, but he pops in from time to time and just says hello. He was very generous to take and donate to us some guillotine tools, and this will go to the camera number 2, Jessica. So we'll be giving away some guillotine tools that were made by Uncle Buck's Forge. As you can see, that's a pass-through kind right here, and this is a C-frame. So we'll be giving those away. That one's in there. This one has to be cut and shape your own die. This one here is obviously a guillotine. So it's actually already got the blades in it, so it's got a guillotine in it. Again, we'll be giving these away during next week's, not next week's, but December 18th's live stream, I should say that. He also sent us, you could just stay there. He also sent us a kit, a weld-together kit of that pass-through design. So you'll get, somebody will be a lucky winner of that. Then we also have, from Couch Forge Company, we have a boatload of tongs here that we'll be giving away that were made by Ken's Custom Iron. We'll be giving these particular tong set away in the next, in that next live stream as well. So we'll be getting 4 different people. We'll be getting 4 different types of tongs there. So that'll be in the next one. We have some great, again, from Wiley Blade Works, we have some great Kiridashis here that will be given away during that stream as well. Very pointy, very sharp. Again, not my specialty. What else will we be giving away? We also have some lovely items from Drayson's Forge, JT Barrett, the Barretts. We've got these great little tongs. Can they see that okay? Kinda? Yeah. Kinda, sorta? Okay. We got some great little tongs, the last of the little tongs that he made. And then he also sent us a bunch of little keychain Russian roses. And I believe these are made out of aluminum. So, which they're pretty cool. So they're lightweight. They're not going to add a lot of weight to the belt, but we'll have a bunch of these to give away as well. So it's going to be an awesome stream. It's going to be a great time. Like I said, lots of fun, lots of forging, and just good cheer and merriness. And that's what I love to do. So yeah, can't ask for better. So hopefully that is exciting to you, because it's exciting for me, because it's a chance to give back. It's a chance to share the love. It's a chance for me to, bless others out there and hopefully be a light. I really love giving things away. It's kind of my specialty, if you haven't caught on yet here on YouTube. So it's kind of my specialty, is to be the giveaway guy. So what do you need to do? You have to sell me your soul. No, just joking. You have to pause for effect there, people. All you have to do is just be here. Be in attendance, be in the comments, be chatting when we do a special catchphrase or something like that, and we just draw one person at random. So it really is that easy. Everything that I mentioned, except for the anvil that we'll be giving away, is open internationally. So we will ship it to you anywhere in the world. So, and we couldn't do that, and we couldn't promise that out without those fine people behind me right there, the super chats that you've been seeing on screen and the channel memberships. That wouldn't be possible because there wouldn't be funds to handle that much expense in shipping. When something goes internationally, Jessica and I just talked about this. If it's under a pound, it's like $15. If it's over, what is it, up to like 4 pounds, it's what, $25, something like that. And if it's over 4 pounds, it goes instantly to like $60 to ship it out there. And again, that just would not be possible without the fine support of all you fine folks. So thank you so much for allowing us and helping us to do this. It means a lot to us. And yeah, Christmas last year we spent $600 on shipping, I think it was in total. Close to, yeah, I think so. Yeah, about $600 in shipping, and there was about $800 in super chats. And so, it just balanced the books, kind of, after taxes and all that good stuff, So, again, it wouldn't have been possible, or it would have been a real big, drain on my kids' Christmas if it wasn't for all your support. So, again, thank you so much, and just greatly appreciate it. That's it. That's what I would say to that. What we got, Jess? And then I will get started on these.
Let me go through. We had a whole bunch of super chats come through all at once. So I'm scrolling through and make sure I got mention all of those. Oh, no, I don't think I can. I don't think I can tell you to do that. Let's see. Yamez, Island Metal Forge, says, gonna have to be in and out, but I think y'all need some shipping funds for the goodies y'all are sending out.
Thank you, Yamez. Did you all, I want to take a second. Did you all hear what she just said under her breath? She said, I don't think I could get you to shut up. It's going to be like that, huh? It's going to be like that in the middle of this?
No, I said I don't think I could say that to you. Not that I couldn't get you to be quiet.
Yeah, that's not what she said under her breath. You all heard it. She's ornery. She's ornery. She just might be getting coal this Christmas. Just might be getting coal this Christmas.
I think it was Walt said I needed a bigger stocking than everybody else. So I have to get a bigger stocking up there.
She does.
Let's see here. Berserker Gang sent us a super sticker. #1 fan, dancing pear.
Hey, like the dancing pears. You got a lot of competition for #1 fan though, so, you know, I think you are. You might be, but it's close competition for the top.
Yamez sent a mustache.
A mustache. Oh, thank you, Yamez. I gotta move this.
Sure, go ahead. And Charming Hollow sent a super chat and said, Roy, can I talk you into burning me out a couple of shovel blanks and 10 gauge copper left over from the bird bath build?
Ah. He could possibly. Tell him to DM me. Okay. Yep, tell him to DM me.
Also, everyone likes the Christmas decorations. They say everything looks better with Christmas decorations.
I agree.
And let's see, Dana's dropping in, and Josh Major says, wow, Roy, that's a lot of gifts. I miss these live streams. Gotta start attending more. I gotta jump off momentarily. I'll be right back, though.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a lot of giveaway items. It has slowly grown. If we're on my mic. Okay. Yeah, it's a bunch of giveaway items. It has slowly grown over time, and I just hope it continues to grow. I think it's really great. It's kind of amazing, like, you know, at the end of the day, I am a 32-year-old man living in northern Michigan. I'm nothing special. There's nothing special about me, except I'm a little weird, if you haven't been able to tell here lately. Stick around, you'll find out. I love instructing, and I love doing that, but the channel has slowly become kind of a bit of like a hitch pin. It's kind of like a thing. It's a little bit of a center focal point for distribution kind of thing. I don't know how to say it properly, but that's kind of cool because if, you know, say, if everyone who ever watched our channel were to chip in $1, think how much stuff we could do with that kind of pulled together income when it doesn't, you know, when it doesn't cost any individual but $1, right? Those sort of things is pretty neat around community and collaborative efforts to be able to undertake a lot of really cool stuff. I have some big plans for the future, some lofty goals, but we'll just have to see how it works going forward. Again, all these giveaway items, they would not be possible without you fine folks. It just wouldn't. If you guys weren't watching the videos on the regular, if you weren't telling YouTube that you like our content, right? If you weren't sharing these videos around, if you weren't subscribing, if there was no one out there watching, we couldn't do this, could we? You know, you can't give stuff away if there's no one there to give it to. So again, without that support, this wouldn't be possible. Without you all being here, it still wouldn't be possible. It wouldn't matter if I was a millionaire. There'd be no one to give it to, right? So it really just kind of goes hand in hand, and I'm just super stoked about that it's continuing to grow. And I hope it will, and I hope we bring a lot more people in, and I hope I bless your evening, and definitely bless your Christmas. That would be cool if I can do that. All right, let's get to forging something, shall we? I told them 20 minutes, and I'm probably 30 minutes in, huh? They've had to listen to me for 10. Boom! Almost hit my deadline there. So let's go to camera number 2, Jess. Bring you up close and personal. Can you see this? All right, so this is what I'm calling a full body ladle. We'll get to the spatula here in just a minute. This is made out of 1/8 inch or 10 gauge. It just depends on what I can get at the time. It's going to be 1/8 inch, this plate is, and generally I try to stick with 1/8 inch, which is 11 gauge, if you're wondering there. So again, this is what it's all one piece, so there's no need for rivets, and this is a super simple beginner project. Very quick to make, and it will take me longer to explain how to make this than it will to actually make it, which is awesome. So you can bust these things out like you wouldn't believe for Christmas gifts, you know, things like that. Really wow your relatives, stuff like that. Or, you know, later on in the year, you know, it doesn't even have to just be for Christmas. You know, anniversaries, birthdays, you know, a very quick, easy thing to make where most of everything's sorted. So the very first step in the process that we're going to be working on is we're actually in this particular blank, we're actually going to be working on the handle first. We'll put some texture to this, and then we will go ahead and roll it slightly so it has a little bit rounder of a feel in the hands instead of flat like you see it here. And then, the reason why I wanted to move the camera so you could see, we are actually going to dish this in a cupping tool. This cupping tool is nothing more than a piece of pipe with the edge rolled out on it. So you don't need a swedge block for this. You just need a depression of some kind. This can even be a wood block that you kind of grind a little hovel into it, and then you can just hammer that thing right down in. You know, you can grind a little hollow and then just drive your piece in hot, and it'll slowly make a dish shape for you. So again, this just has a piece of 1/4x1 flat stock welded to it, and I think this is like 3-inch round pipe with the edges rolled out. It's important to roll the edges or smooth off the edges, because if you don't, you'll get a lot of galling or round bite marks all around the back end of your ladle that you'll have to grind off later. But yeah, we can forge this right over a cupping tool, just like so. So that'll be locked up in the vise. Like I said, we'll get to that in a minute, but very first things first, we're gonna texture this handle up nicely, just so it gives it a little bit of dimension. And look, we'll put that in the fire. I do suggest, we at main cam? Okay, I do suggest that you use a pair of flat jaw tongs. I like using really short nibs on long reins for my flat tongs. They really hold flat plate really nicely and securely because of the biting pressure that you get because of the long reins on short jaws. So if you don't have those, anything that can hold 1/8 inch plate will work. So we'll get this in here and get that handle hot. This fire is way bigger than what is needed. I just have it built up so it can be warming me on this cold Michigan winter's day. So now I'm gotta readjust my camera and we'll take more comments, Jess. Comments and or questions.
All right. Just gonna get better. Send a $2 super chat. Who said, why one? Here's two.
Awesome. Thank you, thank you.
Also, Squire Dimitri sent a super sticker of a fox with hearts.
A fox with hearts? Yes. Okay, cool, thank you.
Super chat from Chris Hartzell said, first time here, but I'm loving the stream already.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and I'm glad it's your first time and you're loving it. That is awesome.
And also Justin Ray sent a $5 super chat who said, thank you for all you do for the community, and God bless you and your family.
You're very welcome. It is my pleasure. And yeah, God bless you and your family, and a very Merry Christmas to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. So.
When you were trying to find the words earlier, Wayne Heights put it this way, the nucleus of a great community.
Nucleus. I'm the soft spot in the middle. I'm the gooey bit.
Yep. Hi and welcome everybody. We have Ty Viner, we have Bill Willen, Spencer Coots, Just Gonna Get Better, Bar Run Forge, and let's see who else. Let me scroll up here. Let's see, Christopher Fay, David Walker.
Awesome. Honored that you're all here this evening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here.
Charming Hollow Forge says, cause you foxy, Roy. LOL.
Cause I'm what? Yeah, I'm foxy. Such a good community. Such a good online family. All right, this is almost completely heated up. In a coal forge or anything in a coal forge, a coke forge, a charcoal forge, you'll want to watch your heat intensity. This is thinner material, it's not super thick, so it makes it easier to forge on, but it also makes it pick up heat very quickly and lose heat very quickly. So just keep that in mind. You know, when you stick it back in here, you can't talk for 45 minutes, and you won't have a handle. You'll have a ladle kit situation where you have to add your own handle to the piece. If you're in a gas forge, it doesn't matter. The problem with the gas forge in this case is it will get everything hot, including the bowl. So you'll just have to, you know, make sure that you're forging nice and flat. You're not picking up on your handles of your tongs any, you know, which is kind of a problem because it'll bend stuff around and get all wonky on you. All right, I think that's in good shot. I think they can see pretty good there. All right, let's go to anvil cam, Jess. All right, so the first step in this process, I'm just going to go ahead and add some cross peen texture, kind of give it a little bit of a wood grain look. This is not necessary, but just something I like. So I'm just adding it to this particular model. Again, you do you. Whatever type of texture or non-texture you want to do on this piece, completely up to you. And I'm going to end that texture right at the ladle itself. Gab thing Adams. Right here on the curvature of that ladle. That's where I'm going to break the texture line out with that. So I don't know if they can see that texture very well, but I'll go ahead and brush it a little bit. Does that show it off a little better? Yeah. So if you guys can see that. Again, doesn't take long at all. I'll flip this over. I'll straighten that out. Good to go. And now we'll get that hot again, and we'll do some shaping on this handle.
Alrighty, while that's heating up, super chat from Bar Run Forge who says, "God bless you, lovely Russian lumberjack."
God bless you, sir. Thank you, Tim, for being here.
Let's see, Troy. Mm-hmm.
Sorry. You beautiful Troy guy.
Maury Bandel says, "I like that you use ordinary cheap tools to make things with, like the pipe with the lip. I, for one, wish I could afford to buy a swedge block. Thanks."
You're very welcome. Yeah, so I get this all the time. In fact, I've got a video coming out Monday, right? It'll be Monday, I believe so. I've got a video coming out Monday, which is talking about swedge blocks and swedge block alternatives. I just recently got back from teaching a skillet making class where we used several of the swedge blocks that I'm talking about, or swedge block alternatives that I talk about in Monday's video. And this is all found stuff. This is stuff that you can find, that you can then be able to do things like skillets out of. I've got a swedge block. I've got a green Monagle. I think that's how you pronounce it. Not sure. I think they run about $330 some odd dollars, $350 right now. You can buy them new. When I bought it, it was $2 1/4, way back when, from a guy at Quad State. They're $330 now. I'm not sure who took over manufacturing them. Casting gets increasingly more expensive nowadays. But anyways, the guy told me when I bought that, if I bought the swedge block, that I'd make my money back before the end of the year. I would at least make double or nothing on that swedge block. And I ended up making 10x my money back. Again, I do this as a profession and for a living. I ended up making 10x my money back in that first year. I have literally formed 1,000+ items out of that swedge block. So if you can afford the money, they're just as useful of a tool as an anvil. They really, really are. If you can swing it. Swedge blocks are really great to do. But again, they are expensive. And so if you can't afford that, there are 1,000 ways to think outside the box. And some of those ways are pretty dang spiffy. So let's go to anvil. Cam? Good? All right, so now we're going to start this cupping. I'm going to come to the corner this, or my step of the anvil. I'm gonna start hitting right here, aiming for the center line of this piece to just get a little bit of a curvature started. That'll get this handle to have a little bit more curve in it. This gives it a lot more dimension. Go to the horn to help encourage that cupping action. This is generally something you don't want to have happen on a flat piece of metal as you forge it. But in this case, we actually want it to curve. See that curvature there? So we'll get that hot again, and I'll straighten out it's kind of twisty, wonky. So we'll heat that up real quick. We'll flatten it. We'll flatten the piece out to get all the twistiness out of it, and then we will lightly curve it into an arc. I like to go a little over and then bring it back to where I like it. So we don't need much arc, just a little bit, just very graceful as it goes in. What we got, Jess?
Wesley McCravey says, hey, gooey softness, how in the world do you squish the stock in your icicle forgings using scrolling tongs? I cannot get my stock hot enough to squish before it gets destroyed.
Squish?
Yeah. Hot enough to squish. So probably talking about doing the alternating.
To squish or twist?
It says squish, but
I'm not sure if squish is the right word for it. On the icicle stuff, I mean, you have to just bring it up really hot, so bring it up to like a bright yellow, and then its time is of the essence because it's such small material. Now I've made forge welded joints before by squishing them in the forge with tongs, but I didn't use scrolling tongs for that. I'm trying to think. I'll have to go back and watch my own video, I guess. Maybe I did some sort of squishing technique that is slipping my mind right now. Oh, looks like I got one bar on this transmitter, so if I lose audio, I will have to take a quick break just to put batteries into this whole deal here.
Roy Evans asks, could you cover the handle with a piece of pipe to keep the heat off of it in a gas forge?
Cover it?
Yeah, the handle, put a pipe over the end.
You could. The pipe's just going to end up heating up though, and you're not at really no better difference at that point in a gas forge. So really the only way in a gas forge is, say you got the little breath coming out of the gas forge, whatever you stick in the gas forge, turn your handle away from that breath so it's blowing out past. So you guys, they can't see this gas forge, can they? No. So my gas forge is open on 3 sides. I like to put it on the, if I need just a specific area heated, I'll put it in front of that flame, not actually in the forge. That's another way of spot heating things with a gas forge, if all you have is a gas forge. All right, let's go back to the anvil cam. All right, I'm going to use a rawhide mallet. You could do this with your regular hammer if you would like. I like using a soft face mallet for operations like this because it helps me not ruin my texture and it helps me get stuff really impeccably flat, which I like. If you're hitting it with a hammer, you can be deforming it the opposite direction, which is no bueno. Take that out of it. There, that looks pretty good. All right. So hopefully you guys can see that. Looks pretty good. So we just gave it a little bit of cup. And I got just enough heat in it now that I'm going to hammer it over the horn just lightly. And I'm going to sneak up on where I want, and I'm going to go just past. The reason why is because I ensure the whole plane is arced. If I go past where I actually want it to be, and then I set it on the anvil, and I tap it back down. Now I've maintained an entire arc of the same pitch. If you hit it here and you're just trying to form it like naturally to get the form you're wanting, what'll happen is you'll get tight spots and loose spots on this, and it won't form a nice graceful arc. So if you hard bend it, hard arc it first, and then slowly flatten out that arc, you get that nice graceful, really nice graceful bend all the way across the entire plane. You see that okay? Look good? Good. Clean that up. Voila. All right, now before we go too far, I'm gonna heat this up and I'm gonna put my touch mark. Bam, right there. Questions, comments?
Yes.
All of the above.
All of the above. Well, we'll start with Super Chats. How's that sound?
That's the best.
Karst Thompson sent a super sticker of a superhero with a cape flapping and a little bird sidekick. Doot, doot.
Tweet, tweet, tweet.
Justin Rockwell sent a $5 super chat. Says, thanks for everything you all do from Dayton, Ohio. Which I believe we're working on his package today. And I'm like, oh, Dayton, Ohio. So
Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you for the super chats. That is awesome. We're going to need to give something away after I get this bowl.
we will. Chuck Miller sent a $10 super chat. He says, my presents to you both, but Jess gets $1 to spend on Roy. And Roy, you get $9 to spend on Jess. Merry Christmas to you both.
Isn't that the way it works? Isn't that the way it works? Smart man. Smart man. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. All right.
More.
Okay, go ahead.
Warren Traveler, $5 super chat, said, talk about some chappy chaps. I just use an apron myself.
Yep, these are some fine leather goods right here. Fine leather goods. Again, because I'm so gooey, I'm the nougaty center of the community, so I have to protect my giblets somehow. All these gooey giblets. All right, let's go to camera number 2. Set this on the anvil. Doo-doo-doo. My touch mark in here. Give it a nice quick tap. And this will give me a chance, if I see that I want to do any refinement, which there's some little ripples in this that I don't like. I'll take those out now without doing too much. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Beautimus. Beautimus Maximus. They probably can't see that touch mark, can they?
Yeah.
Just barely. It's right there. It's a tiny touch mark. All right. Now I'm going to cool off the handle. I'm going to go cool it off. Slack tub it.
Nick Rolfe says, don't forget to take a coffee break.
Oh, can't forget that. I'm conserving coffee to a small extent. Like, I don't want to use it all up in the first hour of the stream, because then I'll be lonely without coffee for the rest of the stream. That'll make Roy hangry. Hangry for coffee. All right, get this covered up in the forge. Get that bowl hot. And I'm also going to take this time to bring out the old coal swab or blacksmith's mop, or however you want to call it. It's a gooey little deal. I'm going to set that on the handle to keep the handle cool while the bowl heats up.
Jason Sisk asked if you made your own touch mark or order that one. He's been tried making to his own, but he burned it up too much.
I make my own touch mark, so. Mine's pretty simple. My touch mark is just an anvil with a little cross in the center of it. So it's not too hard to engrave and to grind and file out a touch mark on it. I needed something really small. That particular touch mark will fit on the end of a rose stem. So that was the goal, which is about 1/4 inch round. So it'll fit inside a 1/4 inch round. And that was kind of the goal there. Coffee.
Yamez sent a $5 super chat. If you're the nougat, I'm nuts.
Thank you. Thank you, my nutty Yamez.
Question from Al Jazz. Is there any difference in having a flat horn or not?
Flat horn? Like flat versus round, or having a flat horn on an anvil? So the main difference to have a flat horn on the anvil, have a nice square horn on the anvil, is just like the width of your anvil top, and that battery's blinking at me, so I'm gonna have to change it here in a second. The difference is the width of the anvil top here is 6 inches, as where out here at the end of the tip of the horn is only 1 inch spacing. So when you need to get between two shoulders, a square horn is very helpful to do so. So all right, I'm gonna take a quick break to change out mic batteries while this continues to heat. Okay? It's going, but go ahead.
Yep, I got you muted. Heath Miller, thank you for the $2 super chat. He says, chipping in a couple for Roy's Christmas kilt, Christmas tree. I actually told Roy, I'm like, you know, you might just get a you might get a kilt in the mail this year for Christmas. You never know. So just going to get better wondering when the kilt was going to come up. Yep, it was bound to come up for sure. Rob Huff, good evening. Ethan Phillips, yep, gotta have the coffee. Bortkov, I like the cross peen texture slightly more than the ball peen. Yeah, they both have a very interesting texture. To me, it kind of depends on what the piece is, whether one looks better than the other. Sometimes just doing a scalloped edge is nice too. Well, we call it scalloped edge. Basically using the ball peen just on the edge of a piece to kind of give it dimples on the edge. That's nice as well. Let's see. Huxley Harder, did I miss something about the kilt? Nope, just $2 super chat towards Roy's Christmas kilt. Mystic Mountain Forge, hello everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. I think so. Everybody seems to be in pretty jolly spirits.
All right, I think we're okay.
All right.
They'll have to let me know if they can hear me. Can you all hear me loud and clear? Hopefully.
Can you hear Roy? Let's see, Squire Dimitri. Roy got his leather apron from Chip Brown, Brown Cow Art.
Yep. Yep, really a fantastic leathersmith. I mean, insane good detail work. Let's go to the camera number 2, Jess. Boom. And you see the detail work on that. It's got my scrolls for like my crest. He included a hammer, my anvil with my cross in the center, and even a pair of tongs. Can they see the tongs? Yep. Tongs right there. He's got his touch mark on the side. So, and then, part that a lot of people can't see usually, flames down on the base of the chaps. So, they see that all right? Pretty cool, huh? So, and at the base of those flames is actual coal. So he actually embossed coal chunks at the base of those flames. So it's pretty sick apron. It makes me really want to get in the shop and forge stuff. So if I see this apron, I'm like, you and me's got a date. It's like, we've got a date with destiny. Forging destiny. So can't ask for better than that. Now while I'm running my mouth, I've got to play the cameraman and really switch stuff around a whole lot, so you all will have to forgive me. It's just kind of part of it here.
Let's see here. We have a super chat with a question from Newman357, who says, building a draft hood for a coal forge. There's plenty of online info on the hood, but little on the flue pipe. Everything I can find is galvanized and not large enough, less than 8 inches. Any info on this is appreciated. Okay.
Well, you'll definitely want to do 8 to 10 inches for your flue pipe. If you can get stainless, that's the best, but it's also the most pricey. So you kind of have to, you have to play it one way or the other. I don't really have a good option for you. One suggestion is maybe get with a local heating and air conditioning specialist and tell them what you're after, what you're looking for, that you're just looking for the pipe for flue for a forge. And then they might be able to point you in a much better direction than I can. They will definitely have contacts. Of course, they'd be more than happy to probably sell you something. But you know, I'm not telling you to buy from a particular place or not. But that might be a great option for you. They might sell it fairly cheap, and who knows, maybe you can even get them to install it for your forge. But most likely you're going to want stainless. That's the nicest option. I've done it single wall. I've done single wall pipe as long as you don't have it within 6 inches of combustibles. So that means 6 inches all the way around the pipe. It has to be insulated from combustibles. And then, you know, you're okay. Just the galvanized doesn't hold up real long. It'll last you about a year, depending on how much you use it, a year, year and a half before it crumbles, and you'll be at making it again. So stainless is generally the most accepted one. But yeah, it could be $100 a stick or more, depending on what type of double wall stainless you get. Double wall, single wall.
Roy Everett says, I'm surprised Roy doesn't roast his own coffee beans whilst forging. Roy's Rant Roast, available 20 minutes each broadcast.
Ooh, that would be good. That would be good. Something I will have to look into.
They might burn if you get carried away, though.
It might. It might. Nobody wants burnt coffee. Nobody wants burnt coffee. No. All right, let's go to camera number 2. Okay. So now this is hot enough. We're going to begin working this bowl, working this ladle over this piece of pipe here. Pull it out. You'll want this to be fairly hot to do so. And then we also want a ball peen hammer or a hammer that has a really nice curved surface to it. We're going to start at the edge and work all the way around. We're not hammering on this edge. We're hammering just offside of that. And then we're going to work towards the center as we rotate this on around. And if it cools off too much, while you're doing this, you need to get it hot again. So as you can see, we have already come across that pretty far in just one heat. So we'll get it hot again, and I'll illustrate for you what I'm doing. This is not hitting here. It's hitting in here while we're going around the edges. And then when I'm rotating this around, I'm actually aiming for the center of this cupping tool. So I'm actually aiming right here, and I'm just changing the angle based upon what is needed, right, to get that shaped. So you can do this on very large material, really large material. You can shape really large bowls this way over just something like a 3-inch depression, like so. It just takes a little bit of hammer skill at aiming for the center of the pipe. If you miss, you'll get a little hammer mark or something until you get practiced, and then it'll come out looking smooth like you see here when you get practice with your aim. Good? Hopefully we can see how it's starting to shape up. The depth that you sink this is all up to you. The deeper you sink it, the more of a ladle it becomes. The more shallow it is, the more of a serving spoon it becomes. So that's up to you. So we'll get that hot again. Questions, Jess?
Yes, there are some. There are. Rob Huff was like, deja vu. And so, yeah.
Class where we did all sorts of sinking over a pipe, so he can attest to it. It works, doesn't it, Rob? It does indeed. So,
Question back on the hood is if it's a problem if there's zinc in it.
nope. So, I mean, for a hood, depending on how high it is up there, zinc doesn't really start off gassing out of galvanized material until it reaches above, you know, about 500-600 degrees or so, and then it kind of starts vaporizing a little bit. It usually takes it a lot hotter. You're talking about 800 to about 1,000 degrees before you start smelling it really bad, where it's really off gassing on you. So say if you have a hood, but that hood is greatly above the fire, right? Like it's up here and it's made out of galvanized material and your forge is way down here. The odds of that heating up to a point where you're going to get galvanized fumes or poisoning or anything like that is absolutely extremely low. Usually galvanized pipe is used in applications where the temperature is not going to exceed about 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So just keep that in mind when you're looking that up. Now that used to be the standard. I don't know if they've changed it since. That was the standard at one time. It was about 400 degrees because you could use it on fuel oil furnaces, and a lot of times those smokestacks would get around 450, even up into upwards of 500 degrees at the top end on a fuel oil furnace, and they used it in that application. Now, if you have a hood that is sitting right on your firebox, right where you're going to be forging and stuff, and it's going to be real close to that coal, make that portion out of plain steel. Get it up high enough and then go to galvanize and you'll be fine. The other thing that matters is how airy is your shop, right? How much free airflow do you have in your shop? If you're in a small, really enclosed shop, you probably don't want to chance it. Just go with steel pipe, regular steel pipe. It doesn't have to be galvanized. You can get stove pipe for that. That's why they make stove pipe, and they don't recommend galvanized pipe for wood burning stoves. So again, stove pipe, the reason why it can take higher temperatures is it's usually thicker. It's usually right around 22 gauge or so material to 24 gauge material. And it's steel pipe that's been painted with stove paint. It doesn't actually have any galvanization whatsoever on it. So if you think of like a stove, that's what kind of vent pipe you may want to go with. It's that black stuff you can find at Menards and the like. What's going on?
Gordon Farmer also said he just sold 5 garden lantern hangers, or well, 1 for now and then 5 for later on.
Just forged them?
Just sold them, yeah.
Just sold them, huh? Congratulations, Gordon. That's awesome. Very, very awesome. It is always awesome when you can make something with your hands and you have that gratification of someone else seeing and appreciating it enough to want to purchase it. That is always awesome. It's always an awesome feeling. What else we got?
We also have a $15 super chat from Rusty Hubcap Forge.
Awesome. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Mystic Mountain Forge says, I gotta run and get back to work. You all have a great evening.
Awesome. You do the same. But, Rusty, Hubcap, have you been a good boy for Christmas? Let's hope you have. Let's hope Santa Claus can come early this year. We'll see. I'm hoping he will, in your case.
Jason Sisk says, I made piping out of a 55-gallon drum, cut it, and rolled it myself.
Cool. There's all sorts of ways to skin the same cat. Technically, there's only 4. Don't ask me how I know. Let's go to camera number 2. All right. Jessica.
There we are.
All right. Nice and hot again. Starting at the edges, then working all the way around. I want this to be nice and deep. There you go. Now that's more of the ladle blank that I'm looking for. More of a ladle shape. And again, you can keep going with this and keep turning this up more and more. That's what I want. Some might call that a deeper spoon versus a ladle, but that's as far as we're going to take that. There we go. That's got that all nice and rounded up. It's pretty good. Nice and even. There y'all have it. Look good?
Yeah, I like that.
So we'll go ahead and brush this real quick. Now for cleanup work, I suggest this to be wire wheeled. Wire wheel this and then coat it with whichever is your favorite seasoning, food safe oil to coat this, and then hang it up and start using that thing on a rack. So that one's done. All right.
I like the looks of that. Question real quick about the swedge block. Possum Sausage says, how did you roll the edge of the pipe down for use as a swedge?
Okay, so that's fairly easy to do. Actually, I've got a video on the channel making that pipe swedge. But what you do, essentially, is you heat up the end of the pipe and you start knocking the edge over the far side of your anvil out. So you hammer inside the pipe and kind of curve out with your hammer strokes, and you rotate that pipe around, and that starts that lip flaring outwards. Then afterwards, you heat the thing back up. You can put it in the vise after you weld it. If you weld a hardy stem or something like that, you can put it in the vise then, and then you can just hammer down around the top side, and it just continues to collapse and roll out like so. So it's just keeping that edge hot and then just driving it out and down. So you're just driving it out and down as you hammer, and that's it. It's pretty basic to do. Like I said, I have a video tutorial on forging that cupping tool on the channel. If you just go Christ-centered Ironworks and then how to forge a cupping tool, you'll pull up several videos that I have done on cupping tools. Yep.
Also, thank you, Tom Carlson, for the $10 super chat.
Thank you, Tom. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for all the support. Pull this down.
Rusty Hubgap Forge says, trying, it's hard when you're smart. You know what, Roy? It's a curse.
It is. It's a curse that I don't know anything about, but I'm glad you know what it's like to be smart. Pretty smart feller. Indeed. So there we are. There's our ladle. Nice and forged. Again, I have some cleanup work. We go camera room 2. I'll have cleanup work to do on this just a little bit. I usually like to sand off the edges to make it kind of feel nice and smooth in the hand, and then, you know, also clean up the edge of the ladle portion itself. Like I said, wire wheel and season it. But we will be giving this away with the spatula. So it's going to be one whole thing that we're giving away, an entire set. We'll be giving that away in this stream once I get the spatula done. And then I'll finish these and ship them to you. So that should be good. So we'll get that ladle out of the way, bring up the spatula, start working on that right after we give some stuff away. I think there's been enough people patiently waiting. How many people we have in the stream, Jess?
We have 165 concurrent viewers and 93 likes.
That is awesome. Thank you all so much for all the love. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for being here. Get that out of the way. What do I want to do? Okay, I think I'm set up enough. We'll have to shift the camera to do the texture. And then, I mean, they've already seen that part. I could just texture it here. They can watch me texture like that.
Oh, okay.
and that way I don't have to move the camera again, and then I can show that this angle's a lot closer. I think it's a little bit better for everyone to see, what's going on there. So I'll texture it and shape it just like I did the other one, and I'll show the progress on camera number 2 when we do that. So, all right. Let's give something away. How about a Kiridashi? I think that's how they call it. Camera number 2. Shwing! Again, that was provided to us by Wiley Rook Blade Works. Thank you very much. We're going to give that away this stream. I believe these are all made out of 1085 or 1095, 1084. There. Everything else was made out of 1085, so I'm assuming it was made out of 1085 as well. So it's a little Japanese marking instrument, Knife. So we'll be giving this away. And then there are some rules for getting pointy objects. You do have to be over the age of 18, and you do have to verify that with a driver's license. Or photo ID. We don't mean something you lifted off the internet either. So you do need to verify yourself. It has to look like you and have your name on it. And verify you're 18 years of age or older for that one. Then there's no age necessary for this next one. This is fun for all ages, starting fires. Start your arsons off young. So we've got a nice little steel here made from a file. Let me see if I can find the flint. It's in that pocket. Ah! So it comes in this nice little leather sheath. Got a piece of flint, got a steel, so you can strike, 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 and start your fire if you like. And then there's also a bit of char cloth in here as well. To be able to arc it off into and create a fire. So we'll be giving that away. What's up?
Oh, just, they're being smart, Alex. Rusty Hubcap's like, the gray beard and wrinkles don't count? And Leroy Pryor's like, how do you know what we look like? LOL.
Oh, I can guess. Let's just say none of you are winning any beauty pageants. Oh, we'll be giving those away. You got a camera number 1.
So you're saying if they send in a picture of a driver's license with a model on it, you're going to disqualify them?
Yes, I will. Instantly. Although it might be a better picture than themselves. It might be. Might not have as much of a gag reflex, so we'll have to see, huh? I'm making people feel self-conscious right now, ain't I? Look who's talking.
They're like, there's no way I'm going to send him a picture of my license now.
Oh, all right. Let's see who's been a good boy or girl this year, shall we? All right. When the anvil stops ringing, this is for the Kiridashi. Jessica's going to pick one name at random from the comment section, and you will be the fine winner of this. So just say Kiridashi. There you go. Sound good? Sounds good. Just say Kiridashi. That way she can find you in the stream there. Ready? Yep. Set. Are they talking? They coming? Yep. Let's do it. Who do we got?
This one is going to Jesse Garza, who says Kiridashi. Period.
Jesse Garza, congratulations. You won the Kiridashi. Get with us through the contact email in the description, and we will get this shipped out to you. Just put it right in here. Right in that stocking. See, watch, it'll get mailed in an instant. You know, magic of Christmas. Poof. Shake it, it's gone.
You better not forget where you put that. We'll be like, where's the giveaway items? And you'll be like, I can't remember.
Wouldn't it be nice if it was that simple? You could just like drop it and it materializes in someone's house instantly and you didn't have to wait for shipping. That would be amazing. Maybe one day. All right, so next we're going to give away the flint and steel. Again, you don't have to be 18 to win this. You just have to be here. All right, we ready? So let's go. Yeah, alive and kicking, preferably when it arrives to you. All right, set. What did you say, flint and steel? Sure. Flint and steel is the words for this. Give them a second while I start a tapping. Flint and steel. Flint and steel. Let's see who wins. Who do we have?
Well, no one commented that yet. Let me see. Oh, wait. Nope, Neil Graham. He was the first one.
He was the first one. He said flint and steel. Darn your all's chubby fingers. They didn't tap fast enough, did they? I switch it up when I give them the passphrase, and then there's that delay, you know. There's that lag. So Neil Graham, congratulations for having fast internet. You won a flint and steel. That's going to make people feel bad, huh? We all know who's the ringer tonight. We'll drop that, and boom, that's in another sock.
We do. Just a side note. Yeah, that's why normally I give you guys a couple minutes head start. You know, just I'll put it in the comments that you know what's about to be the giveaway item, and normally we draw a phrase that has whatever the giveaway item is plus some other words. So like I want flint and steel, or you know just whatever. But that way, you know, if you do have a little bit slower internet, the live chat normally does it catches up faster.
Yeah, it catches up in about 30 seconds or so, usually.
The lag is real.
All right, let's draw for some stickers, shall we? Let's go to camera number 2. We'll show the stickers. The catchphrase for this will be "Sticker me, please." Pretty easy, pretty simple. And we're going to rapid draw about 2 or 3 people. Jessica, of your choosing. Does that sound all right, or do you want to do it one at a time?
Yeah, several at a time.
Several at a time? Let's do 2 or 3. So not only will you get this Christmas magnet of the Great Blacksmith Christmas giveaway, you'll get the anvil magnet. A nice representation of Olga, isn't it? That's great. Nice character. You'll get my Christ Center Ironworks logo. You'll get the Year of the Anvil sticker. My regular logo on big. That way you can really tell all your friends that you like this channel. And also a business card. Also upside down. So you get one of my business cards at the same time. So that's what comes in the sticker pack. We'll put that away. That is what you're playing for this evening, gentlemen and ladies. Sticker me, please, Grandpa. So, all right, so we're going to give away 3 of these in one go. Jessica's going to pick 3 names, and we're going to go for them. Are we ready? Everybody saying sticker me, please? Yep. All right, let's go. Who do we have?
All right, the first one is going to be Platinum Star Forge with Sticker Me Please. Also, we have Jim Romine with Sticker Me Please Grandpa. There's quite a few of those in there. And Quiet Matt with Sticker Me Please.
Congratulations, congratulations, and congratulations. You all won some sticker packs. Thank you for being part of the stream. Get with us for contact email. Give us your information, and we will send it to you. Easy peasy.
Mm-hmm.
Easy peasy. You can paint the town with Christ Center Ironworks stickers. Don't do that. That's illegal.
No graffiti.
Yeah, no graffiti with my merchandise. Other people's merchandise, don't care. But mine, where it can be traced back to me, yeah. Be good. Behave yourselves. If you could try. All right, we want to give away a couple more?
Sure. Yep.
All right, let's go. We're going to go ahead and give away 2 more sticker packs. We're going to do a rapid fire. How does that sound, Jess? And yeah, sticker me please, right? Here we go. 1, 2. Did they give them enough time? Giving them enough time. Good?
Yep, we're good.
Who do we have?
All right, I'll draw 2 back to back. Chris Hartzell, Sticker Me Please, and Dustin Baker, Sticker Me Please.
Congratulations. You all won some stickers. You know the drill. Get with us, and we will get these shipped out to you pronto. Bam. Done and done. That feels good, don't it? It feels good to just release love into the atmosphere.
Yeah, we are about halfway through the stream too, so that was a good midpoint, roughly. A little over half, yeah, like 6:12.
What's funny is I can watch on the analytics after these streams, and I can tell the people who like to just be here for giveaways because they scroll every 15 minutes just to see if something had been given away yet. You can see the bounce on how there's peak concurrent viewers that happen. When you look on the analytics afterwards, it's pretty funny. So that's not the way to do it. The way to do it is to be here and watch all the way through and have your chance to win. That's the best way of learning how to win. There's no way of gaming this system because I like to talk. So it might be at the end, or I might say, man, I'm too tired. We'll do it next year. You never know. Dropsies, just like that. There is no recovering from that. It looked cool until it didn't.
Fenrir Forge says, is this the big Christmas show?
No, it is not. It is the pre-Christmas big Christmas show. Oh, yep. So let's go to camera 2. Bam. Bing. Boo. All right, let's get serious for a second. So I'm going to texture this handle. We're going to do that at the anvil, and then I'll show you how I like to do the spatula part. This is even easier than the ladle because you don't need nothing special except for a vise. Which is not entirely necessary. You could do this over the anvil as well, but we'll do it in the vise just so that way we have it nice and even. We'll heat this up, we'll clamp it in the vise and give this a bend to give our little flapjack flipper its flipping action, if you will there. So, all right, so let's heat that handle material up and we'll be good to go.
Hans, thank you for the super chat. He says, good stream, Comrade Bunyan.
Comrade Bunyan.
It's actually hilarious. We have Paul Bunyan statues all over the place up here. There's one like in Oscada, like 10 miles down the road.
And I look just like him, except for the chiseled looks, the physique, and the height. But other than that, I got his look down.
Where's your big blue ox?
Yeah, I could get a big blue ox, but maybe, nah, I've had cattle before. I'd rather have an ostrich, a big blue ostrich. That would be awesome. Such a misguided, misunderstood bird. Kind of like me. A misunderstood.
You'll be the Roy Bunyan of Michigan.
Bunyan. Sounds like a foot problem. That's the Roy Bunyan. You're like, wow, what kind of toe disease is that? It's a rough one. Have you seen it? Have you seen what it does to your feet? To have a Roy Bunyan? Thank you, Hans. Thank you for the super chat donation. God bless you and your family. We do appreciate you so much, sir. It's good that you can be a part of the stream a little bit, too. I know he's had to miss out on a few of them, so.
Let's see here. Wonderboy Project says, loving the sound effects. And Worn Traveler says, who needs a big blue ox when you have a little blue anvil?
That's right, we do have a little blue anvil back here, don't we? Let's take our little prop here. Our little 20-pounder. Bam.
Metal Blueberry says, how many ostrich eggs does it take to feed a family? LOL.
1. That's the answer. There's a lot of ostrich in an ostrich egg. Ah. Good.
Okay. John Patterson says, missed the beginning. How thick is the steel, and is it just mild steel?
Yes, so it's just mild steel. Are you on me? It's just mild steel. It's also 1/8 inch thick. So, or 1.25. I mean 0.125. or whatever 1/8 inch is in millimeter, which is about 3 mil thick. 3 millimeter thick. Huh? Okay, so I'll also continue. So when you see things advertised like a carbon steel skillet or carbon steel this or that, oftentimes what they're meaning is that it is mild steel. Mild steel has carbon content in it. It's not iron. They're denoting that it is a steel material. Steel, a very broad term. It's not hardened, it's not heat treated, it's not tempered. Those materials cost way too much to make things like skillets and other stuff out of. So when you see the carbon steel logo, that's all that is just fancy marketing jargon to make it sound like it's tough steel of some kind. It's just mild steel. That is all that it is. There's no high carbon or anything about it. How do I know this? Well, I used to sell skillets for a living, and a lot of them. You get familiarized with those things. So, all right, we ready?
Yes, we are.
All right, we're staying at the main cam because, like I said, I was going to texture this there. Okay?
All right.
So, again, I'm just adding a wood grain-like texture. I'm going to stop the hammer texture right at the top of the skillet, right at the top of the spatula body itself. Get this all done in one heat if I can. We'll see. The colder it gets, the harder you'll have to hit this. Straighten her up. Give it a brushing. We'll go to camera number 2. Can they see that? So there you go. So again, whoop. There again, we stop the texture right at the top of the spatula. Okay? Looks pretty good? Coolio, coolio. All right. We'll get it hot again. And we'll shape that handle a little bit. A little bit. It's like a biscuits. What we got, Jess? Questions, comments, concerns, complaints? Roy rant?
There we go. Yes, there's a question about if we hold private classes, and then some questions about BAM, because I did mention that. 4W says, I'm a BAM member. He'll be there. Anyway, yes, Roy teaches private classes here at our location in northern Michigan, Harrisville. And then we go to Ohio a couple times a year for classes there at Goshen, Ohio, which is right in the Cincinnati area. And BAM, Blacksmith Association of Missouri, is having Roy down as a conference demonstrator April 28th through 30th, I think, is the dates on that. 4W Blacksmith, if you know what the name of the town is, it's eluding me at the moment. You can share where the name of the, where that takes place. But yeah, Roy was supposed to be the conference demonstrator here in 2020, and of course, with everything that took place, that got canceled. So again, 2021, that's when Roy will be there.
Yep. And this year, like we were going to do, well, the upcoming year, in 2021, we'll be doing what I originally had planned. We'll be doing a French Baroque sign bracket. So it's a French Baroque styling, and so it's going to have a lot of acanthus leaves and collars and things like that at BAM. So hopefully, after the first year, I will be hot on the move on that, getting all of my tooling made, example pieces, things like that, all put together. So this way I can illustrate the process without it needing to go over like 4 or 5 more days. Hopefully I'll have already some of the work already pre-done and pre-illustrated before I get there. That is the goal. So we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, if you're in Missouri next year, love to have you come out, for sure. And as far as private classes go, you know, we do those on a limited, kind of a limited function basis because we are very, very busy. So it's really not like, I think we had maybe 3 this year in total, I think. And that was pretty tough to squeeze that in. So it's on a very limited first come, first serve kind of basis. And we usually have to book those out several months in advance. So we don't do anything like pop-up, like, hey, I'm going to be in town, you know, next week. Because you'll just keep driving right on through town because we wouldn't be able to schedule on that quick of a turnaround time kind of thing. So, so if you're interested in that, get with me very early in the year while I'm still making my planning, or if you could before next year, because a lot of times we plan out 4 to 6 months in advance. But other than that, love to have you up or down, wherever you're coming from. All right, we'll go out to, we'll just start forging here. And we'll get this straight. Sorry, we don't have to go to the anvil.
No, that's all right. It's a habit, ain't it? It is. Like I went over and I changed and I'm like, oh, he's not there.
So going to the step again, just like in the other one. I'm aiming for the center to just get this rolling. All right, got it nice and rolled. I'm not even going to try right now. The thing's cold. So we'll go to camera number 2. And you see it's got a twist in it. But you know, rolling it like that back and forth gives it that little bit of a cup. We're going to heat that back up. And we'll take that twist out right at the anvil with the soft face mallet. And we'll give that thing a light curve. So, good. So, as I was saying, it does take longer to explain how to do it than it does to actually do it. So, especially if you had a gas forge for something like this, you could have like 4 or 5 of those pieces sitting in a gas forge at one time and make them up. Pretty simple, pretty quick. Go ahead, Jess, all you know.
Yes. We had a super chat from Redbeard Forge. $5 super chat says, Ladle came in good. One day I'll get to making it, but tonight is forging candy canes. 5 for that shipping and maybe coffee, LOL.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Glad it came in good to you. Came in quick. Good.
Tom Carlson says, thing with ostrich eggs, it's more dangerous to scoot dad aside to take an egg.
Yeah, they'll take a pie mark out of you. Take a pie mark out of you. It's why I like those things. They are an absolutely terrifying bird. I think that's what I like most about them. They look prehistoric. They look like they belong at the top of a food chain somewhere, and that's kind of what I like. That's kind of what I like about them. All right, I'm going to the anvil. You can stay on the main camera. I'll straighten this out with my little rawhide mallet here. Straightened up. Take out any weird curvatures I've got going on. Anything of the like.
Question from earlier, how long does a mallet last you?
Well, my last one before it retired, unfortunately, finally gave up the ghost. I don't know how long it lasted the person before me, but it was tore up when I bought it. And then it lasted me another 4 or 5 years in my shop on a semi-daily use case scenario. So they will last a really long time. They do get beat back quite a bit, but I find that leather kind of hardens up a little bit. That rawhide kind of hardens and kind of chars up on the end, and it kind of prevents further progression of, going back. So I'll brush this up so they can see the texture. I'll have to put it back in for another heat to bend it. Show it off here at the camera. You see that? Yep. There you go. There you have it. So now we'll heat it back up, we'll touch mark it, and then we will bend it to our arc.
Ostrich comments for you. Tom Carlson used fences to get underneath. BC 65-925, they can hit full speed and 3 feet. Techronmatic emus can be pretty terrifying as well. Roy Everett, why am I seeing Roy on a saddle riding an ostrich? And just gonna get better, need to get Roy a pet ostrich.
I'm gonna pay for that one later. That one's becoming a meme, I'm sure. Yamez has already sniped it, framed it, and I'm sure he's emailed it to me by now. That guy is good. He is quick.
He's just waiting with his finger ready.
I've got the leather chaps. Could you imagine this guy riding through northern Michigan on an ostrich? Go, bird, go. Oh, man. That is worth doing. That is worth doing. I would be the weirdest guy in the north, and there are some weirdos up here. There are some I shouldn't call them weirdos. I don't know them personally. They're interesting folk that spent too much time in the north, maybe. But you have those all over, no matter what location.
Spencer McCarter says, Roy, in your opinion, what do you suggest to start blacksmithing? I'm new to the channel, just started binging last week, so I'll have a lot of questions, smiley face.
Awesome, that's fine. You're in a good spot. There's almost 1,500 videos here on the channel to help you in your journey. So definitely, if you have a question, I've probably answered it in video format. So just type in on the channel search bar, put Christ-Centered Ironworks in whatever topic, and I have probably made at least a video or two covering it, just as a help. So glad to have you as part of the channel. To answer more directly to your question is, what do I recommend to start blacksmithing? Is that the question? Okay, so to start blacksmithing, obviously you're going to need heat, hammer, and a place to hammer upon. Those are your basic necessities. I recommend, if you're just got a mild interest, buy cheap at first, like your disposable stuff. But if you know that the blacksmith bug has really hit you and really bit you good, buy nicer stuff. The cheap little Achaio anvils, little 66-pound anvils, I think they're running about 140 bucks, and depending on what time of the year you get them, sometimes they run as low as 120, or all the way down to 105 I've had them go as low as. So really great cheap option. You can watch the videos on that. Hammers, don't go real super fancy with hammers at first. Find them at junk stores, buy them at Harbor Freight, redress them, regrind them, so this way you can forge with them. Don't go too big, 2-pound hammer max. And then as far as first items to make, practice hooks. Hooks, 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 and more hooks. It allows you to practice your tapering. It allows you to practice your hand-eye coordination and sense of volume and scale when bending things around into like an S hook or into a J. It gives you a chance to kind of get a little bit of a feel and a taste into it. And they're a great warm-up that you can then turn around and sell or something later on to help fund this little blacksmithing addiction. That would be my suggestions. Other than that, ask away. All right, we'll put this down on the anvil. I'm gonna get out the punch. get out my touch mark. Doo-doo-doo. If I can find.
Charlie Avery says, should I take a class first or try it on my own first?
If you have the ability to take it, if you have the ability to try it on your own without it costing you a ton of money or effort into it, then go ahead and do it on your own. If you want to get somewhere in this and have some guided instruction, a class is very, very handy. It really helps cut out your learning curve, your learning curve, and at the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know, right? So if you've never forged on a good anvil, you won't know the difference between a good anvil and a bad anvil, right? When you're out there making those purchasing decisions. If you've never held a good pair of tongs that fit the material in your hands, how will you know what type of tongs to get that are going to hold the material that you're looking to work, right? So a lot of times classes, I'll recommend classes for that because they can be that great stopgap to help get you in there. I would recommend before you take a private class or an instructed class where it might be $500-600 for tuition or more, I would suggest that you get with your local blacksmithing group, wherever it is, even if it's 2-3 hours away. Get with your local blacksmith group and go to an open forging. You can do everything for free. You can try out anvils. They might have a small charge, like $10 for the coal you're burning or something, but you'll get a slew of people who'd be more than happy to help you along your journey and even steer you in the right direction to make connections with coal supplies, steel, stuff like that. Hopefully that answer is good.
Bill Wool says he'd sell his old Ford to get some money to see Roy riding an ostrich while wearing a kilt.
While wearing a kilt. Now that's just got scary. What am I doing? Side saddling this ostrich? I don't want all that hanging out where it could be pecked by some ostrich. No, thank you. They're really honing in. You guys are really honing in on this whole ostrich thing, aren't you? They can envision it, because I'm just that kind of fella. All right, I'll bend this over the horn. Like I said, I like to go over what I need. Big curve. And then I'm going to straighten it out. I'm going to flatten out that curve to something more appropriate of what I like. And that helps me get that graceful arc that we talked about that I'm looking for in my piece. Got a little kink there. Beautiful. Beautimus Maximus. All right, that's good to go. So we'll go over to camera number 2. Are we at camera number 2? We are now. She's too busy giggling at your comments. So hopefully you guys can see that. Nice little arc. Little cup to it. Now we cool off the handle. Heat up the spatula in.
I was chucking at Rob Huff saying he can't get Roy slide slapping that bird out of my head.
Let that make your Christmas be merry, Rob. You'll be sitting there, smoking a cigar, leaning back in your easy chair, thinking of fond childhood memories. And then the picture of Roy slapping that ostrich will be there. It'll be great. It'll be a beautiful moment. A little tear will start running down your eye, and your wife will ask, "Honey, why are you crying?" You say, "I just had a beautiful moment just right now." So beautiful. Rob's never taking another one of my classes ever. He'll be like, "Okay, that's enough." Like, it just got weird. Or weirder. That's probably the right word for it. Weirder. All right, I gotta change up this camera. I have to show this part, so.
All right, while you do that, Metal Man?
Concerns about me slapping on?
Concerns, there might be some of those. I'd have to scroll to the bottom. Metal Man Productions, thank you for the $10 super chat. He says, y'all have been in my ear all night while I've been working. Great show tonight. Much energy.
Awesome. Glad you've enjoyed it. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the super chat. God bless you, sir.
Also, from Charming Hollow Forge, $2 super chat with a request: quality versus quantity, Christmas ornament rant.
Ooh, good one. All right. I don't know of anybody's particular persuasions when it comes down to quantity or quality Christmas ornaments. It would be good rant. Let me go into that a little bit. Can I go into that, or do you have other chats and stuff? Okay, so great rant time, I guess, or Roy's thoughts, if you will. Gets everybody's minds off of me riding an ostrich, if you will. Time to do this. So the whole thought around quality versus quantity, right? It is a debate that will go on forever. It will. Because at the end of the day, we all fancy ourselves as craftsmen, right? Or craftswomen, right? We really want to put the best of ourselves into our craftsmanship, right? We want to craft something that's going to stand the test of time. Heck, that's what really is the allure for a lot of us who are blacksmithing, is the thought that something we create today could be here 1,000 years from now, right? Or it could be something that our families enjoy for generations upon generations upon generations, and they remember back to the good old days when great-great-grandpa was a blacksmith and he made this thing, this, family heirloom. It's the thing that a lot of us are attracted to in the craft. Well, what that does is then it makes us want to take and put our all into a product or to a project. The problem with that is then that hits, bam, smack on reality. And the reality is not every customer is willing to pay you what you are worth for all of your craftsmanship. They're willing to pay you for an item that maybe costs them $50. Well, you can't pour blood, sweat, and tears into it for 10 months to make that product for $50. It's just not possible. So in that case, you have to start sacrificing a bit on the quality side of things. So I'm going to put air quotes here, all right? That doesn't mean sloppy job. I mean, that means the attention to detail and all the fineness and all the refinements that you would have loved as an artist to pour into this thing for the ability to just get the thing done. When it comes to Christmas ornaments, they're going to hang on a tree, and they might be held in hand about here at this distance when they're put on that tree that someone might buy for a loved one. They don't need to cost like the Titanic, right? They don't need to be this gargantuan cost. They don't need to be a $1,000 ornament. No one's going to adorn their trees with $1,000 ornaments. They might for a $10 ornament. So how much quality can you bring for that $10 ornament? It's going to be directly proportionate and relational to how fast you can get through those ornaments and still make the return on the investment of your time in those ornaments. And so it's going to be a price break between those two things. And that is really up for every individual smith to kind of decide for themselves where that cutoff line is. When it comes to stuff like these blanks that you see on the table here. Again, quality is in the eye of the beholder. Some people might say, this blank, for instance, that's a blank. That's, oh, that was plasma cut out. That's, that's not, a good forged item. It's fair enough. Might not be up somebody's alley. But you could buy these, you can make these in 1/10 of the time that it makes you take a chunk of steel that you forge down into a piece of plate, take an ingot of steel, forge it down into a plate, cut it out perfectly, use a chisel to chisel it perfectly circular, then file the edges nicely, then sink it into an old wood stump that you meticulously carved with a handmade chisel, right, that your great-granddaddy had, right? And then once you get that done, you know, you handmade your rivets, you had to make your monkey tool and all this other stuff. And you could just go on and on and on. Heck, for that matter, let's go to just getting a bloom of iron ore, and then you beat out sheet material from that, right? So you kind of have to decide there how much effort you want to put in between one things. You could probably make these. I think they're 25 on the website. You could probably turn around and sell them for an easy 50 bucks. That's super cheap. If these are on my website, they're 150 bucks right there out the gate. If they were the regular type where they're a kit where there's rivets and stuff, handle pieces, they're instantly 200, 225. So again, because I'm putting my sweat equity behind it. The quality, though, is how much attention, effort I put in the fit up, the customer service, right? How well you reply to your customers and you stay in contact, things like that. Not everything has to be a Mona Lisa to get it done. So when it comes down to like Christmas ornaments themselves, you do what you would like to do as far as an artist, as far as your artistic eye. But again, if you've got 47 family and friends and each ornament takes you 40 hours to produce, the odds are, well, you better start getting on them in January, right? And then you probably still won't have them done in time for Christmas. So that's really, that's the difference between the quality versus quantity argument. I have said before, and if you have seen my work, if you're new here, you've never seen my work, go over and look at my website, look at my Instagram. I put out quality ironwork, high quality, top end, top shelf stuff. And that's not me bragging on myself, it's just truth. It's where it's at. I don't sell anything under $100 on my website. There's nothing on there. Everything's $200 and up right now. My hourly shop rate's $100 an hour for custom work, things like that. And that sounds sky high for some people, sounds like a pipe dream for others. That has been built up over time. It's been built up over time, and it's because I put really a lot of myself and attention to detail into stuff, even at the cost of losing money sometimes. But I wouldn't still be here unless I had something that I could make fairly rapidly, quantitatively, to keep the lights on. That's what gives me my abilities for my passion projects. That's what gives me that ability to focus in and lose money on my passion projects. Because at the end of the day, you got to pay the piper somewhere. You may work for a company and you give them 12 hours out of the day. You may work for a regular day job. You might give them your 12 hours and you got 2 when you get home. That 12 hours paid for your passion in the 2, right? That's the way that works. Now there's a lot of cheap knockoff junk out there that people sell, and that's a whole nother story when it comes down to the quality aspect. That's stuff where it's just punched, boom, big machinery, it's out, there's no love, there's no care into the quality aspect of it, and if something goes wrong, they just send you another one. It's that disposable, and that's that icky feeling we want to stay away from as blacksmiths. All right, this is hot. I'm going to go to the anvil. Go to camera number 2. Great question. Hopefully I'm not ranting on too much. So we're going to forge a little slight bevel on this. It'll make it easier for us to get under our flapjacks and to flap them away. I'll forge a really nice bevel, nice and even. You could grind this bevel in, but I like forging the bevel in because it just gives it, again, that's one of those quality things. It gives it that much nicer forged look versus grinding it in. Again, it may be more advantageous for you to go ahead and grind this bevel. It might be quicker and better for your customers. Might be more even. All right, I'm gonna have to clean that up. I'm gonna take one more heat on that. Can they see those bevels? Yep, so I'm gonna do this other side. You may be asking why the bevel's on the side. If you wanna chop something in the fry pan. Chop, 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 chop. It makes it a lot nicer to do so. In those, I wouldn't even be opposed to sharpening somewhat. Obviously, it's mild steel, it's not gonna hold an edge, but you're chopping soft carrots or whatever in a pan. It stops you from having to chop like this. Excuse me, where that's annoying. This is a lot easier to chop up your onions and whatever in a frying skillet. All right, we'll heat the other side up. I'll take on more questions.
It's $5 super chat from Minster Hill Forge, who said, just want to say hello to you both. I got my sticker pack I won last stream. They are great. I hope you both had a great Thanksgiving.
Awesome. We certainly did. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's great. Oh.
Also, thank you, Mr. Coffee, for the $20 super chat. He says, geez, I love the Roy rants.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Coffee. Greatly appreciate that, brother. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. We certainly did. Had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. And thank you all for the support. Thank you for the love and the kind comments and things like that. Greatly appreciate it. So I'll go into, I kind of want to talk a little bit too about one other thing. So I want to talk about this a little bit, like when you hear me rant about things, or if someone asks me a question, I've been accused of being condescending before. I don't mean to be. I speak very directly. I'm not talking down to you. I talk directly to you. So there's a big difference. And I do that, and I may rephrase it a couple times and repeat it a couple times because I just want to make sure that the concept is being grasped in full and that I'm doing a good enough job as an instructor, you know, to teach, right? Like, so that's the element of it. So you'll find on my channel, you'll find loads of comments where people claim all sorts of nasty things about me. But those are misguided because, again, in the video, I'm talking directly. Talk directly to you. So like when you ask comment, or like Hans and I, we're good friends. So, you know, again, I'm speaking directly to what he asked about the Roy rant, right? I'm not speaking at him like, oh, he's challenging my whatever. There's none of that. There's no drama whatsoever that sometimes people can figure online, right? Online drama is a silly thing. It's like you'd swear people were grown-ups, and then you get online, and it's clearly we're not. but yeah, so I speak very directly to people, and that's just my cadence and things like that. At the end of the day, I don't know you, you don't know me, really. I mean, we know each other online, and you know, there's that kind of relationship there, and I greatly appreciate that. But again, at the end of the day, you know, it's a one-way dialogue. I'm talking to a camera over there. The camera doesn't have any hurt feelings whatsoever. I can yell at it. I have before. The deleted footage of Roy yelling at his camera. But yeah, no. So just want to put that out there to people. I've had a couple commenters this past month that, again, thought I was talking harshly, you know, to them, and it's direct. It's really hard through text too, because again, I'm not a genius when it comes to writing text out to somebody. So again, I am a jolly guy, ain't I, Jess? Yeah. Like 99.8% of the time, right? It's at that 0.2% though that I'm on a bad side. You'll definitely know it if you've enraged Roy. There's no doubt about it. So, for the most part, I usually don't let things affect me or get to me that way. And so, again, I just kind of speak to things or at things. So, any questions or comments? What? Right.
Bar Run Forge says, someone please send Roy some ostrich jerky. That would be terrible.
Ostrich jerky? I'd eat it. I love them, but I'm not beyond eating them. All right, let's.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna work a different angle here. Doo-doo-doo. If I can. Ah, where do I go? I'm not a blade maker. I don't know. Just trying to find a way that works with the camera. I know where I would go, but it doesn't help for me to see it and you not see it. Go to this side. Had a little hard scale on there. Been talking too much. It might have to be ground off. Can I see all those bevels? So there we have it. So now we'll readjust the camera. Or should we just do it here? You know what, let's just do it here. I'll freeform it. I'll freeform it over the edge. We don't have to go to the vise. The vise is more precise. Haha, rhymes. But you can do it over the anvil edge to get this bent up. We'll get it hot. Do that.
Also, well, let me scroll up to it. Super chat from Stephen Watkins, $5. He said Minion Smithy is trying to get the super chat to go through. It took like 12 tries, but he finally got it, so it came through.
Thank you, Minion Smithy.
Hans was busy sharing his his food recipes with people. He said he smoked maple syrup and maple sugar with a pinch of hickory smoked salt on a cinnamon roll, and it's pretty dang good on a cold day.
Hans, you have got to come up here with your family and just live next door. Yeah, live next door and cook for us on the daily. If I ever become a millionaire, Hans, I'm going to pay you to be my personal chef and blacksmith buddy. There. You just live in my, well, not live in my shop, but somewhere right nice. I'll put you up in a nice house right next side, and I'll just come to eat at your place, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We'll be like those in-laws that never leave. We'll overstay our welcome, promise.
Let's see. Rebel says, I have my great-grandfather's anvil. It is an M&H mouse hole, so that when I looked it up, I found out it was handmade in the 1830s. Should I refinish it, and if so, how? It has chip sides and such. I am a welder. Hard facing rods work.
Well, so it really depends. So that's a hot button topic. That if I tell you to fix it, there will be at least half of the comment section will be yelling at me through their phones to say no, never touch it. And then if I tell you don't touch it, there'll be the other half that's yelling, it's not useful to, you know. So it'll go each way. My thing to you is blacksmithing a hobby to you, or is blacksmithing a business? You have to ask yourself those things. And how sentimentally attached are you to this anvil? Because there is a possibility you could ruin it if you redress it. So there is a certain amount of historical charm and value that's there in those anvils. If it's going to be something that you're going to light a fire and you're going to be using this thing daily, that would make your grandpa a lot more proud than worrying about the chips in the anvil. Heck, he put those chips there, so, or someone before him did even, right? So it's okay to touch up an anvil. Many, many, many anvils out there get touched up with weld. It's just a byproduct of the way that they happen. Very, very rarely do you find a mint condition anvil, and it was probably in a factory somewhere, a factory find, and has never been struck by anyone. Those bring a premium. So if it's going to be a working anvil in your shop, it is much better for it to be a dressed, clean, smooth, useful to you anvil than it is for it to be a lumpy, dumpy piece of junk to you. So you really have to make that choice on your own. Hard surfacing rod, I only recommend for the surface. I do not recommend for the edges. I recommend for the edges just good 70-18 filler rod on the edges. The reason why is because what chipped those edges to begin with? It's the fact that it was hard. Those cooled the quickest when the anvil was quenched. And so that's usually why edges become chipped. When you have a hammer blow, you chip out an anvil edge. So it's better for the edges to be somewhat softer. You can go through with a hard surfacing rod, but I generally say run down some 70-18 first, and then come back through with a passive, a single pass or two of hard surfacing rod after that. But generally go the 70-18 route on the edges. On the face, where there's a lot of pounding and stuff, and you might have a bunch of pits or something like that, you go through with hard surfacing rod and then surface the anvil later on that. So I have done some dressing of anvils. You want to see what I'm talking about? I dressed an anvil up for a friend. He asked me to do it, and it was his anvil. He wanted it. He's still smiting it to this day. It's still in great shape. It's working. It's a working anvil. He was doing blade work, and he needed a much smoother anvil top. So I fixed all the little puck marks, and I fixed all of his edges and got them all cleaned up and everything. But I did a video on that. And if you want to see the hateful comments in the comment section, what I'm talking about, that's what you'll get if you go to an online forum and start talking about touching an anvil with a welder and an angle grinder. Let's go to camera number 2. I wanted to get the heavy scale off that was on it previously first. That good brushing. Okay. So you see we got it heated right up to the handle there. I'm going to put that right on the line of the anvil, and we're just going to bend it. As you can see, I've overbent it. Just like in the bend, I can walk back up where I want the pitch of this thing to be now, and I have a nice crisp bend. Hitting it from the back. That's about a comfortable spatula. Ladle. It's about right, ain't it? It's about right. All right. I'm just crisping up this line. Again, we're going to make sure it sits flat on the anvil. We should be good to go. It's good. See that? See how it crisped up that line? Now you're flipping flapjacks, chopping onions or taters.
Brute Lemon says that's a purty spatch.
Pretty spatch. No, again, I would use this. Get this nice and hot. You can put it in your oven at about 550 and put your favorite food grade oil on it to season these. Or over the forge, you just heat it up until it turns blue. After you wire wheel everything, turn it up until it turns a blue color or just beyond blue, right, like that gunmetal gray color, and then rub it down with your favorite cooking oil, and that should give it a good dark seasoning. And that's it. That's those spatula and ladles. So I'm gonna cool that off. What does everybody think, Jess?
They like the looks of it. Tom Carlson says, very nice set. Just gonna get better, says Purdy. Bar Run Forge, one problem, the spatula is left-handed.
Spatula is right or left-handed. Bam. Be right or left. Silly. Silly goose.
Hans says he'll live in the rafters and be the shop golem.
Golem?
Yeah.
I love it. He'd be like, sanctuary.
He says, we love the hobbits, master. My precious.
My precious. He'd be out here at Olga, my precious. He'd be like, go away, go, shoo, shoo. Back to the loft with you. Actually, it's going to be a really cool deal one day. In the loft, I'm actually going to turn that into the Blacksmith's loft or lounge. So I plan on having some chairs up there, a TV, you know, like a nice couch, hide-a-bed kind of thing. So when I do have someone up, they can stay right there. Once I get the place sided, I'll have some Resner heaters in here. So be able to keep it semi-warm, you know, in the winter months. So eventually, big plans. And they might be coming next year. We'll see. We'll see. Right now I'm currently saving up to get some scaffolding. So this way I can, once I purchase the scaffolding, then I can start filling in my holes up at the ceiling there. You guys can't see them from this angle, but I got a bunch of big windows on the side of this barn, which is the north wall, by the way. So yay for me. My back is really cold right now. It gets all the wind that blows through there. All right, what else we got, Jess?
Techronmatic says, any thoughts on using low hydrogen electrodes? Would be harder than GPS question.
I don't know. I'd have to look up. I would have to look up the specs of what, you know, of what that is on the low hydrogen electrodes. I mean, there's a lot of different mixes. I would say keep it simple. Keep it simple. The low hydrogen could probably be a good thing. I've done hard surfacing rods because that's what I had. I had just hard facing rods. But again, I've only used them on the surface, and I like to do a 70-18 edge buildup. So that's what I do. I am not a welder by trade or anything. So I may be able to talk some jargon, but that's about it. Not a welder. There's probably a welder who tell you a lot better than I can. My main goal, you know, your main goal that you'll want to do though, definitely is you'll want to preheat the anvil some. Again, it doesn't have to be hot. It just needs to be enough to boil a little bit of water. It doesn't have to be enough to wreck the temper in it, you know, say around 200 degrees or so, you know, 250 tops, and then weld it with some 70-18. So that's my suggestion. Weld your edges with 70-18. If you need to do anything to the surface, do hard surfacing rod, and leave it at that. Keep it pretty simple. Low hydrogen rod might be nice to do that with as well. I defer to the welders that are in the group. I defer to the welders' knowledge that is in the group. So, all right, let's give some more stuff away. It has been long enough with me talking and yammering around. So let's go ahead and give away a pair of tongs, Jess. Let's do that. Hopefully everybody's excited for another giveaway. We have been receiving so much love tonight and support in the super chats. I am so appreciative of that. Thank you all very, 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 very much. Again, can't thank you enough. Thank you for that. So hopefully I haven't been acknowledging it enough, I don't feel. I've been so focused on trying to dictate what I'm doing, so. Okay, just want to make sure that you all know that it's appreciated very much. All right, camera number 2. So we'll be giving away these. I'll give you the rivet that goes with it. I kind of pre-drilled this because I was going to do a video on them, and then I was like, nah, there's enough videos out there of these type tongs, so I just end up not doing one, doing a video on them. So you've already got pre-drilled holes. So all you gotta do is rivet it together. You know, well, twist your jaws first, that whole thing, and then rivet it together. You got a pair of functioning tongs. Looky there. So again, I'll give you the rivet that comes with this, so you will get that. We'll just talk, you know, just give me some tongs, right? That'll be the comment. That'll be the catchphrase. Give me some tongs will be the catchphrase. And we'll draw for that. Again, anywhere in the world, we'll ship it to you. And we'll wait for a second. So this way it'll catch up and the chat will do good. And we good? We good now? We're good now. We're good. All right, I'm going to start ringing the anvil, and hopefully somebody will get these who definitely needs them. That'd be awesome. So, all right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Who do we have?
We have, with the exact phrase, give me some tongs, that is Robert Lonis.
Robert Lonis, congratulations. You have won a pair of tongs, sir, tong blanks, if you will. Get with us down there in the description through the contact email and get us your details, and we will get these shipped out to you post haste. I need to find out where I put all my other stuff. People have won.
Stockings.
Oh, yeah, it's in the stockings.
He was stuffing it in the stockings. I told him he was going to forget.
Let's put that in there. Put that right in there. Oh yeah, that stocking doesn't like that at all. That stocking's like, ah! It's screaming. Put that in that stocking. Boom. Whoosh. Gone it goes. Man, I am the man of onomatopoeias right now, ain't I?
They're liking the sound effects.
They're liking the sound effects? The Roy effects. There we go. I am out of coffee, girl. I'm getting a bigger thermos.
You can have my coffee, but I'm going to warn you. It's lukewarm.
Nah. I don't know. I need it. My throat's dry. Let me have the coffee. I will stride off its screen here.
The outside's warmer than the inside.
Well, that's bad.
You didn't like that.
That is disgusting. Good Lord.
Seems like you always say that when you're drinking on my cups, but normally it's tea.
Ugh. That's cold. Very cold. Jessica's like, it's lukewarm. That is not lukewarm.
Well, compared to the ambient temperature, it is.
Let's just be clear, it's lower than body temperature. A lot lower than body temperature. That's like an iced coffee. No. Ugh. Don't know how people stand it. Okay. Do we want to give these away? What time is it, by the way? How we do?
Oh, yes, I just looked at the time when you said that. It is 7:09.
7:09, man, look at that. We're right on time. Goodbye. No, just joking. Don't leave yet. How many people we have in the stream, Jess?
We have... I have to change. Let's see. It looks like we are at 149 current viewers. Mm-hmm. Yep, 149.
Awesome. Hey, thank you all for being here. Make sure to share the stream next stream, and make sure, bring a friend, bring a family member, bring a buddy. We need as much help as we can get, as much distribution as we can handle, or whatever. Advertisement, that was the word I was looking for. We need as much advertisement as we can get. It's very important on YouTube to do so. That way they will send notifications to our subscribers. There's actually a stream going on. So that's a good thing. So I'll talk for just a second, and then we're going to give these away. And then I guess we'll probably power down, huh? Yeah. I didn't get to the Christmas ornaments, but I did get to a lot of rants. I did. And we did give stuff away, didn't we? Hopefully they enjoyed that. Oh.
According to Bar Run Forge, time's fun when you're having flies.
I don't know what's something broke about people in Ohio. I love it. So, I don't know where I was at. I was going to say something, but now I laughed. I laughed it away. It's all gone now. Poof. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about the next live stream. So the next live stream, I'm looking forward to giving all this stuff away. Of course, it's going to take a while to do so. So it is going to be a longer stream by and large. I'm going to try to focus. I might just go ahead and forge on some of these Christmas ornaments, things like that, in that stream as a simple thing to do. I took a break from the vise. I wanted to do the vise during these streams, but again, I just got back in town. I had a bunch of orders I had to ship out, stuff like that, it just didn't work for me to do all the little fidgety things that I needed to do on the little hand filing vise. So after that stream, probably around January, in January 1st stream, we will pick up that vise again, and we will get it finished up. So it'll be running about a month later than what was anticipated. But we'll be able to get, again, some more stuff forged in the Christmas stream. It's going to be a lackadaisical thing. It's going to be fun. Lots of holiday cheer with it. And I really hope that I can just celebrate that with you and your family. And I hope that these streams are a bright point in people's months. I really do. That is what we pour ourselves into. You know, that's the quality that we talked about earlier, right? I'm pouring myself into these streams. Jessica and I are both, you know, we're trying to put as much info and as much goodness as we can and give away as much stuff as we can to, you know, be a bright spot. There are so many things going on in this world, and you'd swear the thing was collapsing. But it's not. It's going to be okay. You'll live another day. The sun will rise tomorrow. It will come out tomorrow. You know, there'll be more blacksmithing things to give away. We definitely thought at, you know, the beginning of this year, I had plans, had dreams of grandeur. I had brands I wanted to try to work with to get, like, you know, tooling like for free, so this way I could give it away, like big stuff, you know, like hard to get items and things. And then kerploosh, right? All that kind of come crashing in, and it felt like it was, well, frankly, going to just be another one of my ideas that never come to fruition. And you know, by the grace of God and a lot of huge support from you all out there in the community, we were able to continue to give away anvils all year long, which is amazing, ain't it, Jess? Next month, well, this month, next live stream will be anvil number 12. And that is really cool. That is really, really super cool. I'm glad to be able to have been part of being able to do that, right? And to facilitate that here on the channel. And next year, we'll see how it goes. Mum's the word. I'm not talking about anything just yet, just because I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it. I hope it'll work out. Next year, I hope to do, again, something as equally impressive on that end. Because, again, it's not in everybody's budget. So far this year, everyone that has received an anvil really, really needed an anvil. It wasn't like somebody who had 15 anvils in their collection. It was somebody who was just getting started. Somebody who was just getting going in the craft, and it gave them a huge leg up. It gave them a huge step up. And you guys out there that have been supporting this from the beginning, you guys really deserve a round of applause for that, because you're just as big of an important part of that as I am in doing these things. So again, thank you all very, very, very much from the bottom of Jessica and I's heart. We do hope that these are a blessing to you, and we hope that they're a blessing continuing into next year as well. And I'll bring it into a little rant, little side hustle rant here before we go, because you know I like to stretch things out as long as possible. Got to get that watch time. Got to get them YouTube dollars. Trust me, live streams die after they're over with. So anyways, it brings me into another thing. I didn't really get into a kerfluffle with a guy, but there was a guy on Instagram, not part of the channel, never seen his name before, but he kind of came into the thing, and he was like, why is it always someone like with these things trying, another crazy trying to sell me Jesus, right? Or another nut trying to sell me Jesus. And so me, being me, I commented back. I was like, have you ever thought that maybe it's because you need them? And I was, like winky face, right? And just being sarcastic, because that's just kind of how I am, and then I commented something else. I commented, I'm like, by the way, all the things in the live stream are free, along with salvation as well. Because he kind of, he's pulling the Christian card on me that, I'm just trying to peddle Jesus off on him. And so again, he come back and he went in this long tirade. I just ended up blocking him. I'm not going to get into that. But everything you see in this stream is free. You don't have to give us You don't have to take and go, jump through 50 different hoops. You don't have to subscribe to our Instagram and follow us over here on Snapchat and, post a like on something on Facebook and do these 15 different steps and jump through all these hoops to get an item. All you have to do is just give us your time on a Friday night and let us hopefully inspire you and pick you up, right? To build you up. So if that's your thing, if you're new here, if you're just joining us at the end of this thing, because you thought I was giving away an anvil or something else at the very end. Ha-ha! Joke's on you! I'm giving away a spatula and ladle. It truly is free. There's nothing we require of you at all. And that is because that's that community-supported thing. And so again, I invite you to subscribe. I invite you to set the bell on notifications. I invite you to invite your friends to these things if they would be interested and they need just a little pick-me-up. Invite them into that. We would be glad to have you as part of our blacksmithing family here on YouTube. And without further ado, let's give away these, huh? Sound good? Now I gotta like present it like a QVC thing. These luxury ladle and spatulas was made. Are we at camera number 2? Because this totally ruins the effect. It totally ruined the effect. All right. Take 2. This spatula and ladle set is this lovely pair. Was hand forged by a master craftsman up in northern Michigan. Look right there. It even has his hallmark right there. That's how you know it's an authentic piece. This is worth millions of dollars. But for a one-time price of just commenting something in the comment section, we will give it away to you for absolutely nothing. Sorry, I can't do it anymore. Okay, we go up to the main cam. I can't hold it up anymore. It's like, yeah, like please take it before it goes to the scrap yard where it belongs. Like most of my work someday is probably all going to be in a scrap yard somewhere. It's going to be in the scrap bin. A few of my pieces might live on, huh? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. There's a few thousand of them out there.
Sometimes you throw like perfectly good stuff in the scrap bucket. I'm like, what is that doing in there? And you're like, I had a missed hammer mark or something. I'm like, but it's still good.
Yeah, that's that perfectionist and craftsman in me. Yep. All right, we ready?
We are, yep.
We ready? A lot of commenters talking about the spatula, are they?
They are, like all kinds of
spatula phrases.
Yeah.
Good, good. See, I don't even have to guide them, huh? They're just commenting spatula phrases. So again, whoever wins is getting both the spatula and the ladle as a complete set. Again, I've got a little cleanup work and seasoning I'll do to them for you, and then you can have them. Be advised, I do season these with coconut oil. So if you're a winner and you have an allergy to coconut oil, then holler at me in your email. Say, hey, yeah, no, I'd rather have vegetable oil or something of the like, okay? But I will do my best to oblige to that, since it's going to be touching your food that will eventually be touching your face hole. So we will make sure that we get that straightened out. So I'm going to stop talking. I will draw. Ready? Let's go. So hard to keep that going. Who do we have?
Let's see. It looks like we have Nick Finley, spatula and ladle, comma.
Nick Finley, congratulations. You won the spatula and the ladle set, hand forged by yours truly. Yours truly. So again, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. You do have to get with us, Nick, in the comment section. Well, not the comment section. You got to get into the description down below and contact us through that contact email, and we will get you hooked up with this fine pair of spatula and ladle. So, for anybody else who wants to give this a try and give this a shot, again, this is a new item over at our website, blacksmithpdfs.com. These blanks as a pair, they sell as a pair for 25 bucks for the pair. So pretty cheap, very quick. Your wife, your auntie, your grandma, they'll love them. They'll love them because they come from you first and foremost, and they're pretty awesome, if I don't say so myself. So one of the big things that I like about these, or the advantage of being able to do them like this, is you don't have to have the added complexity of when you forge them out of a blank kit like this, or you make your own handle out of a blank. You know, you don't have the complexity of a couple things. You're not forging one piece then another and then having to come up with the attachment, so that really reduces some time there. This is still a pretty quick way of going. So you kind of eliminate that hassle, and you eliminate some missteps too, because if you drill a hole in the wrong spot or get in a bit of a rush, then, you know, with the assembly work, then you can have some problems of a handle being goofy looking, and not as easily done. As where this, it's all in one thing, the joint's already figured out for you, and just about anybody with a pair of tongs, heat, and an anvil can do this. So anybody can. So that's what's great about these. I think they're labeled, what, the easiest spatula and ladle set ever, right, over at the website. And they truly are. You've seen it here. I spent more time talking this evening than I did actually making these things. And if I wasn't talking, I'll do a tutorial video on these and you'll see it. It'll be one of those one take, no edit type videos. That'll be coming out. It'll be a few weeks before that comes out. But I'll do an actual edited video of this, and you'll see how quick I can bust one of these out in a relative short amount of time. So, all right. Well, that's it for me, Jessica. What do you know? We're going to put this in another shipping sock here.
Let's see here. Wayne Heights says, I used the Roy pipe swedge trick on the bottom of a big propane tank, and it works wonderfully for bowls and skillets.
Awesome.
Also, just going to get better. Maybe do a set with a blowtorch sometime.
Yep. Could do that.
Tom Carlson, thank you both for this evening.
You're very welcome, Tom. Thank you for all the support. Kind word.
A&J Homestead says, hey, Roy and Jessica, I'm glad to see you both. I'll try not to miss the next one. Andrew from Ohio.
Well, that would be good. You definitely want to stop in 5 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m.-ish. It'll probably be till 8 p.m. Next live stream. So, yep, 5 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But
they're saying hi to Kat. Hi, Smoke Dud. He's like, I'm here. I don't know if I like this or not.
There you go. He's like, what is up, all you pets?
Yeah. Chris Hartzell says, I was feeling alone tonight, but this really brought up my spirits.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad it did. That's what we are here for, brother.
Roy Everett says you might have to break the ostrich addition to the shop cat gently.
I'm just going to put them in a room together and see who comes out on top. Oh man, that would be cruel. Death by ostrich would not be the way you'd like to go. I'm pretty sure that's not how Milk Dud would like to go. Death by ostrich.
Metal Blueberry says, thank you, Roy and Jess, for everything you do for the community here. And Mr. Stone Points, thank you for your hard work.
Very, very welcome. Thank you. What else?
Yes, and there's some requests earlier and from Walt Parkhurst to show a bloopers reel.
A bloopers reel. Ooh, that would be a good one, wouldn't it? Do a bloopers reel. I usually edit all that out, any bloopers I have, and it's usually at the beginning of a take. You know, when I was just talking. Those are my biggest ones for bloopers. Oh. It's kind of difficult because you're trying to get out information, and people usually skip the beginning of a video, so it makes you have to be like, how to baby eats a boy at the beginning of the video, and then that's what makes it so easy to screw up the intro of a video. You have to be like, hi, welcome back to the workshop. Today we're going to be working on this, and let's jump into the video, because no one wants to sit long enough to say, what are you doing? What starting stock size? Things like, they don't want to listen to that first intro. They want to see action kind of up front. Otherwise your videos tank and they go to the bottom of the list. And so that makes it really difficult. So there's a lot of times where it's like, boo, and then I just like delete that, you know, it's like, let's try again. And there's a lot of those some days. A lot of those some days. Not on my mind.
Brute Lemon says, is there a blooper of you smashing your thumb?
Oh, jeez. It's good there's not. You wouldn't think I was very Christian-like with the underbreath words that were coming out of my mouth. Oh, you wouldn't think I was very Christian-like, that's for sure. Oh, that one hurt. That one I weed a little bit on. It was like, that one hurt bad. Hurt bad. Which it's all healed now. It works. It works like a thumb. See? Got a camera too. It bends. Works good. Now I just need to find a way to stop breaking my fingernails. My fingernails have become real brittle lately, and they just snap, like, and split on me. So I got to find something to do that. Oh, it's a bonsons. It probably looks silly as heck because I'm doing this down here to this camera. You're like, what is he doing over there?
As you look off into the distance.
As I look off into the distance. I've thought about entering a lot of my videos like this, just, you know, like doing this and be playing with my belly button and just be like, oh, hi, didn't see you there. Oh. I didn't know how many subscribers I would gain or what type of those subscribers they would be or lose if I did that in a video. But I think it'd be hilarious. Kind of like that one when I was petting the floor. People really like that one. That was hilarious.
I think Rob Garman said that one was still haunting his dreams.
I want to do one where I've got a video that I'd love to do in mind where like a dummy of me falls from the ceiling, smacks the floor, and then all of a sudden, like, I climb up. Hi, we're going to talk about roof safety. You know, like one of those sort of things. I think that would be great. There's so many of those things I would love to do in videos just because I got some comedic genius, I think. Some real comedic genius that would be great in the videos. But yeah, just that segment would probably take 15 takes, and it would probably, it'd eat up a whole day of filming probably just to get that one right, and then to go on with the rest of the video. And then it would get like 200 views, and no one would watch it. No one would like it. People would be complaining. People would be complaining, I don't like this type of content. Unsubscribe. I'm like, dude, I fell from the ceiling. Get over it.
Troy says, but wait, there's a dummy Roy? And Brute Lemon says, that would be a great intro.
Wouldn't it? You just imagine me pop up, hi, we're going to talk about roof safety. You know? We're going to talk about bandsaw safety. Have a fake hand that runs through a bandsaw. That would be good. It'd be good. Like little hot dogs rolling off the end of the bandsaw. Her face. That's what's priceless. Her face. If I ever get mortally injured or next to mortally like maimed or something, I know right now my best bet is I better hope I still have fingers or nubs enough to punch the cell phone screen to take and call 911 by myself. Because if I go inside, I'm going to be busy taking care of her medically, not of myself.
I will totally be on the floor, fainted.
Be passed out, probably fell and hit her head on something on the way down. You know, it would be a whole shebang. So, you know, if something happens to me, I'm just going to drag myself to the neighbor's house and ask for help there. Because if I go inside, I'll never get the help. I'll probably bleed out. So
just crack the door open and say, just call 911, and then don't come in the house.
Yeah, don't come outside. Why not? I'm missing an arm. Oh, let's just say I'm half the man I used to be. Huh. Yeah, let's hope not, huh? Yeah, let's hope not.
Tyler Grant says, get life alert.
Yeah, life alert. I am kind of an old fogey. I could kind of do that. Wear it around my neck. Beep.
Keep it up high so you can press it with your chin.
Because again, the bloody nubs. You know, if you had nubs, it'd be beating that life alert button. Oh, got to get it up close to the nose, so you can bip it before you black out. Man, too much fun. Too much fun. Well, that wouldn't be fun, but we've had too much fun this evening. No, it's been a good time. This is just a little sampling of what you're probably in for the Christmas stream, so get used to it. This is my favorite time of the year.
Somebody already mentioned NyQuil, so we'll see.
Oh, yeah. That was a stream to be remembered, as you all will never let me live it down. Oh, all right. We good, Jess? What time is it?
7:33.
7:33. Yep, we're 33 minutes over. Looky there. Good to go. Oh. All right. Again, thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for watching with us this evening. If you get a chance, stop out at the December 18th live stream. We will be here. Hopefully you will be too, and not miss out on all these great items that we'll be giving away in that live stream. And I wish I had, that's again, third camera. See? Third camera to be able to switch to. Like, can you imagine like a top-down shot where they could see everything? It would be great. But anyways, sorry. Rambling on. Done. Oh, thank you all so much. Hopefully we've blessed your week, or the end of your week, if you will. And I hope that everyone has an absolute blessed rest of their weekend and next week. And if we don't see you again and you can't make it to the December live stream, I really hope you have an absolute epic and very, very, very Merry Christmas. And from our house to yours. And I hope that works. I hope it all goes well for you. So, eat a bunch of stuff for me. And get a bunch of stuff. We good? All right? All right. So that's it. God bless each and every last one of you. Thank you for being here this evening. And we will catch you on the next one. Merry Christmas, y'all. Is this too close for you? Let that go with you. Have a great week.